Hey people, it is Thursday, December 14th. The time is 5:37 p.m. and the temperature outside is around 4 degrees Celsius. And I'm here at Yorkdale subway station. And the station opened back in 1978. It looks like a southbound train is just rolling in. And for this one, I'll be going for a walk through Yorkdale Mall, or I guess Yorkdale Shopping Centre, as it's officially called. I haven't been here yet this holiday season. There's someone kind of interesting right behind me. I'm going to try to shake them. There you can see the mall just off in the distance. And apparently there was a big commotion here yesterday as one of the actors from the new Willy Wonka movie made an appearance. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. Timothy Chalamet. I literally just messaged a friend that I was on my way to Yorkdale Mall. And they're like, oh yeah, that's where there was a big commotion yesterday. See some of the Christmas decorations along the side of the mall.
No, I don't. I just show the same validation code.
Oh. I'm kind of really just I think
Looks like there's a big Christmas tree just in on the right. This is definitely one of the busier and most higher end malls in the city. And you could take one of the Go Regional buses from the terminal just there. There's a Timmy's. I've mentioned this before, but I remember coming here as a kid and there used to be a joke shop in the section between the subway station and this part of the mall. I expect this place will be a zoo. Come this weekend, probably starting tomorrow night. It's another Dior-themed Christmas tree. There was one of those at the Distillery District. Nothing quite says the holidays like a Dior-themed Christmas tree. There's a Lucid store. We'll be finishing up, I think, right in this spot at the end of the walk. I'll try to cover most of the mall in this one, but I might miss a few places. It's a pretty big mall. There's an Arc'teryx. I would have guessed that it would be a bit busier than this. The mall itself opened in 1964. And at the time, it was the largest enclosed shopping mall in the world. That hair salon isn't open. There's a GameStop. Up until recently, those were branded as EB Games here. And most major malls in the Toronto area are actually thriving, unlike their American counterparts. There's a Dyson store. I wonder if you can get that. You can get that ridiculous air filtration headphones here. I've seen MKHB and some other YouTubers feature those. They are quite ridiculous. And this mall has gone through round after round of renovations and upgrades. There's a holiday gift wrap center. I'm a terrible gift wrapper, but I think there's some charm to it. Literally looks like a 3-year-old did it whenever I try to gift wrap. And Holt Renfrew is just on the left. It's a large Canadian luxury department store. There's a Cartier and a Tiffany. Looks like they actually have a police officer hired to work security here. If I'm not mistaken, there used to be a food court up in this area. Chanel. Kind of feel like you're in an international airport, the way this looks and feels with all these high-end stores. Celine, Balenciaga. There's Dior, those fine purveyors of luxury Christmas trees. And there's a valet just over there if you fancy paying way too much money to have someone park your car for you. Although these parking lots at this mall can kind of be a Hunger Games situation. So if you do have the money, it might not be the worst idea. And there's actually plans to redevelop, I think, the north and west parking lots into housing. There'll be over 7,500 units when all is said and done. There's a Tesla dealership. Hugo Boss Aloe. I believe that's a competitor to Lululemon. And these coffee shops have been popping up everywhere. I've been to the one at Union Station recently. Their branding is just that percent sign, which is kind of weird because the name of it slips my mind, even though I'm looking right at the store. I don't know what it's called. L'Occitane. I think they got in trouble for opening in Russia after they pulled out under a slightly different brand, but it was really just them. So this is the third electric car dealership we've seen here. VinFast. I haven't seen where they're hiding Santa yet. So this just leads to a high-end restaurant. I think I had Santa in one of these units last year. Use seafood, authentic Chinese cuisine. There's an awful lot of police officers stationed around the mall. And this mall is run by the same people who run the very large Square One Mall in Mississauga. That's another mall that has undergone a series of renovations and become decidedly higher end than it used to be. It's possible they don't have a Santa this year. So Hudson's Bay, the anchor department stores that way. Exclusive new brands. Is this where Pottery Barn used to be? Something big is happening in this area. If you know what's going in these spots, fill us in down in the comments. Doesn't look like it's just going to be one or two giant retailers. There's everyone's favorite brand, Van Cleef and Arpels. Oh, there's Pottery Barn. So I was way off. The food court is just over there to the left. But we're going to be cutting back through here pretty soon, I think. Trying to cover this mall in a way where I don't backtrack. And the smell of popcorn is in the air. I think the movie theater isn't too far from here. Yeah, that is just off in that direction. But I haven't covered this stretch coming up on the right. That Louis Vuitton has a police officer as well. They're essentially working paid duty shifts when they do that. So these retailers are paying a small fortune to have a police officer instead of a security guard. I think it's a much greater deterrent than security. That's why they hire them. October's very own, aka the Drake store. There's one of my go-to Christmas gift shops. Aesop soap. All right, so I'll make a right at the next hallway. I think this might be the only stretch where I double track on this walk. I wonder what they'd think if I waltzed in there with a camera. Versace, Kate Spade. There's some Burberry. I will say the mall seems to be lacking in Christmas cheer compared to what I expected. Alexander McQueen. The store ropes you off when you go there. I've never even heard of it. David Yurman. I was watching a YouTube documentary, What Else? On how a lot of richer and wealthier people don't actually buy these brands. It's usually middle and upper middle class people that buy them. And often go beyond their means to do so. Whereas truly wealthy people aren't feeling such a need to show off and flex that they have so much money. I don't know if there's much truth to that, but that was the premise of that video that I watched. There's Coach. All right, let's go up and take a quick look around the food court since we're here. People are generally doing a decent job of keeping to the right. It's 6 p.m. That sushi place is a huge area. It's Caribbean food, Jimmy the Greek. Chinese food, a Chick-fil-A. It's all the usual mall food court suspects.
Yeah, so it reminds me.
Loaded pierogies, New York fries. Fun fact, I used to work at a New York Fries back in high school at Square One Mall. It's an A&W and Osmos. Let's see if we can get much of a view out of the window here. Nope. Teriyaki experience, Subway, Amaya. It's certainly well lit. It's a rather pleasant food court. And surprisingly ample seating given the time of day. All right, back down to the rest of the mall. Of course, they're standing side by side. There's Aritzia on the left and Brown's on the right. But we're going to check out this aisle here. There's a Crate and Barrel on the right. They have another store called CB2 at Queen and Bathurst. So this would be their flagship brand. I think it's quite similar to Pottery Barn.
When I saw it.
There's a Lego store. There's an Earl's over there. They recently opened up a location at the Manulife Center.
Yeah. Okay, then he's a compliment.
Santa, where are you? I just kind of assumed I would stumble upon it. There's Hudson's Bay on the right. So I missed this stretch of stores here. I don't think I missed too much. Let's head out for a little bit. I'll pop back into the mall around the movie theater. And it's a cheesecake factory. City Nerd will be happy to see that we have one of those here. I think that's his all-time favorite establishment. Pickle Barrel. And that is Highway 401 just off in the distance, North America's busiest freeway. So this part of the parking lot, there's plans to line it with condominiums. I think build more parking structures to make up for all the displaced parking. Didn't even know this Cheesecake Factory was here.
Man, I had fun with y'all today. I ain't gonna lie.
There's Earl's on the right. Oh, we can see a southbound subway train. If I can get this thing to zoom in. Rolling into Yorkdale Station. Just to the north of here is Wilson Station.
She went there once.
Such a nice restaurant. Oh, that's what I'm saying. It's such a Crate and Barrel. You can tell that.
Crate and Barrel has a direct entrance from the parking lot.
Where you're like quick, I see.
I remember seeing Rambo 4 at this movie theater.
So she can soda.
Oh, that smell of popcorn is strong. There's Moxie's. It's a suburban family chain.
I said just put it right in front of you.
Oh, we found Santa. The Super Puff. I think Santa saw my camera.
Oh, her eyes were closed. We're gonna do that one. All right, everyone, look up here. Look right here. Say cheese.
That Nike store is kind of funky looking. I'm gonna spin around here. And go cover a part of the mall that we haven't yet seen. I can't really get a super close look. But I think you have to make a reservation and reserve a time slot. I don't know what the deal is with that Super Puff. So for me, do I like this mall more than the Eaton Center? I would say no. I think they have comparable offerings. This one is a bit higher end. The Eaton Center isn't a typical suburban mall. It's integrated into the downtown core. It's got multiple subway stops. And a much more sensical and efficient layout.
Did you know that?
Hey, there's an Allbirds store. And I would suspect this mall pulls a crowd more from North York and the surrounding suburbs. And we found the Willy Wonka entrance. Sorry? You're not allowed there. I think we got a good enough look. I don't need to go in there. Moose Knuckles. I always thought this was one of the most unfortunately named big brands. Basically competing with Canada Goose. A Samsung store. There's the Lucid store. We are back. Here where I started, in that silly Dior tree. Say silly, but it's actually kind of pretty. It would be really nice. It wasn't corporately branded like that. And I think that's about it for this walk through Yorkdale Shopping Centre. I'm gonna make my way back to the subway station and hop on a southbound train. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. And if you wish to support what I do on YouTube, there's links to my Patreon and YouTube channel membership down in the description. I have an Instagram account at Johnny Strides. There's a super thanks button as well if you wish to say thanks that way. And I'm almost at the big 100,000 subscribers. So if you want to see more Toronto content and Toronto live streams, hit that subscribe button and the bell to be notified when the next one is. And stay warm, stay safe, and I will catch you on the next one. That's the subway station just over there. Oops. Yoink.